I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I learned a lot. What is up, Netflix fans, and welcome back to my channel where every single weekend I review the brand new thing on Netflix, whether that's a series, a movie, whatever it is, I try my best to review it. I have already reviewed the brand new show called You. Next weekend is The Punisher Season 2, but right now we are focusing on Sex Education Season 1. And this show was created by Lori Nunn, and it's about a teenage virgin who lives with his sex therapist mother and teams up with a smart and edgy high school classmate to start their own health clinic. I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, this is going to be very interesting. I've had multiple people tell me, Austin, you have to watch this show just because it's so different. It's something new on Netflix, and whenever I hear that, I'm like, oh, that's exciting. Let's get into the review. So like I said, I didn't know what this show was going to be going in. I was afraid that it was going to try to be this straight up comedy that plays on these high school kids' emotions, and it does it in a way that's very familiar, something we have seen multiple times before. And while there are elements of this plot that we have seen before, some elements are very familiar, it switches things up and does things in such a way that is very intriguing. And by the time you get to like episode 4 or 5, you are in all the way. You're in with these characters, you're in with this trio, you understand the relationships, and you are learning things along the way. Not necessarily like sexual things, but you are learning about these characters and why they are dealing with what they are dealing with. So I love what this show does. Every single episode, Otis is trying to help a new student with a new problem. He is kind of taking over his mother's role and doing exactly what she is doing with adults to students, and I love that. I love how they're playing on that, and they're not just playing on those tropes, they are exploring what maybe gets in kids' heads. Why do they have all of this baggage? The pressure of sex. It deals with all of these issues. It deals with it in a comedic way, yes, and it does make the audience laugh, which I enjoy, but it also handles it with such care. It really seems to care about these characters and understand what they're going through. Otis, his job is to try and help them, and of course, at first, he's going to stumble. He's not going to understand what his role is in these relationships, but as the episodes go, without spoiling anything, he starts to find his way and he starts to understand that he can help these people. And I just didn't anticipate to, one, learn this much in this show, and two, really relate to these characters and just get them. Because for me, and I think most people who are watching this who will get invested into the show, I think you'll get it. Now, I mentioned those three friends, Otis, Maeve, and Eric. Great characters. It does follow a bit of a predictable formula, as in someone comes in, messes up the dynamic between friends, somebody starts to get jealous, somebody else starts to fall in love. You have that dynamic that we have seen multiple times before in movies and television shows, but you really get to explore their relationships and you understand why they are friends and why they are helping each other with this issue that becomes bigger than they ever could have imagined. Now, some people are going to get to the first scene of the first episode and turn away immediately, because if you aren't into raunchy comedy, and I mean raunchy as in like it gets really detailed and in depth, and I don't want to say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, then I don't think you're going to like it. And for me, I am not into complete raunch and filth, so that first scene, I didn't know if I was going to like this show, but the show does get deeper than that. Now, if you do get squeamish, you may not want to continue, but if you're okay with that and you understand what it's going for, then once you get a couple of episodes in, you will start to dive into these characters and you will begin to understand that this is more than just a raunchy comedy. This is more than just a show all about kids having sex, because kids and their sex, that's all they seem to do anymore. But it's more than that. It goes deeper. It gets into these characters' heads, and by the time you get to the finale, you're like, wow, this show actually cares, and it's trying to spread a decent message. For what it is trying to spread that message to other people, and hey, kudos for that, because I did not anticipate that going in. Definitely after the first scene, but it gets better. If you've just watched like half of the first episode, I say keep going, give it a chance. Get into episode 2 or 3. By that point, you will know if you will like the series or not. It does seem way more like a spoof in the main beginning than it does a few episodes in, but you start to settle down, you start to understand what this show is all about, and I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards it, and a lot of people are going to be very excited for season 2. Now let's talk about the script real quick. It is a very witty show. The comedy, sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's very in your face. I think it works in both ways. A lot of the times you have two different kinds of humor, whether it's a TV show or a movie, and it doesn't work because you have two conflicting styles and it doesn't make for a cohesive film. In this show, you have two different styles of humor, but it works because all of the situations, episode after episode, they're so different. I think this is like the perfect thing to make a series about because every single episode he has to deal with a new issue. You could do that for 3 or 4 seasons, and I don't see that getting old, and I want to remain with these characters for as long as I possibly can. But the script is really smart. It seems like every situation that he had to deal with in this show, I have either seen in real life or seen something about it on Twitter. This is real stuff that real kids are dealing with. And whether people want to admit it or not, that's the thing. A lot of people will not be this straightforward as they were in this show. It's a bit unrealistic in that aspect, and there are things in here that would never happen in real life, but the show handles it with craft. It handles it in a way that is funny instead of annoying, and you keep paying attention to why Otis is doing this, why Maeve is helping, why Eric is getting so upset with certain situations, and you love it. And like I said, predictability, it's not an issue here, it's more of a nitpick, but I did see some plot points coming from a mile away, and that relationship between these 3 friends, while I loved it, I did see that, oh, this is going to happen, and she's going to fall in love with this, and this is going to go that way. Yeah, all of those things happen. Some of them take tiny twists and turns that you're happy about and you did not see coming, but the overall story arc, I did see that, but that's not necessarily an issue for me because these characters, they're going to go in different directions in the seasons to come. Please, make more seasons. Also, Mr. Groff, Alistair Petrie, I believe is his name. He is from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It took me like 3 episodes. I'm like, what is he from? And then finally I'm like, oh, Star Wars. Emma McKay is also someone who really kind of blew me away. I've never seen her in anything before. I looked her up on IMDb, and this is really her only credit, so I'm happy to see that she is getting a lot of recognition for this role. She kind of looks like Margot Robbie in a way. I think she's going to be a big star. And then Asa Butterfield, the man, the myth, the legend himself. He plays Otis. He is our guy from The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, Ender's Game, Hugo. He has been all over Hollywood, but I do believe, and don't get mad at me, I think this is his best role yet. This is the best I have ever seen him. We get to see emotion, we get to see comedy, all of those aspects, things you want to see about an actor who is up and coming like he is. I'm so happy he got this role. He is a perfect fit for this character. I can't tell you one cast member that I had a major issue with. It's very well cast, it's very well directed. The show itself is really funny, and I can't wait to see more of this, guys. And I can't believe I'm saying that because after seeing the trailer, I'm like, oh, that could be funny, but it's just another raunchy comedy series, right? No, it's more than that. So Sex Education, have you guys seen it? Leave your comments down below. If you have spoilers, please put a spoiler mark and then do a couple spaces, and then you can talk about it as much as you want. But this is your space. This video is your place to talk about Sex Education. I would love to start a conversation down below, and I am going to give this show, Season 1, an 86%. The more I watched it, the more I enjoyed it. Once again, if you're squeamish, if you don't like things like this, and you're not a big fan of sex scenes in general, then don't watch this show because I don't think you're going to like it. But if you like a nice comedy that dives a bit deeper than you thought, but still has that edge to it, still has those kind of jokes that you're going to sit down and crack up at because they're so realistic, then I really think you're going to enjoy Sex Education. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching all of my Netflix reviews. I had 4 videos drop yesterday. 1 Netflix review, 1 Young Justice recap, and 2 theatrical releases, A Dog's Way Home and If Beale Street Could Talk. Go check all of those out there on my channel right now. I will be back next Friday with more Netflix. We're talking Punisher Season 2, and I believe Carmen Sandiego comes out next weekend as well, so I have 2 shows to watch. Canceling all my plans right about now. But I truly can't thank you guys enough for watching this video. If you want more content, if we're talking spoiler reviews or lists or countdowns, please go and check out my Patreon page. On there, we are doing all sorts of things that aren't coming to the YouTube channel, so that's a very special place. You guys are the absolute best. Hey guys, super quick, I forgot all about this in the actual video. I wanted to do another Patreon shout out today just because all of the people over there are supporting me, and I truly appreciate appreciate that. Today's shout out goes to my patron, Timothy Stone. Timothy, thank you so much for all of your recommendations over there. Hope you're enjoying all of that extra content. And thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon as well as YouTube. And I'll catch you very soon.